yeah, welcome back to the letters.
West Coast love letters. We're figuring it out right now.
Where's ramps? I thought you were talking about ramps.
We are.
I thought you were just talking about West Coast or ramps.
I don't know. I'm supposed to say love letters.
Love letters, West Coast ramps.
West Coast.
Ramps?
West Coast
You're talking about ramps.
Yes.
Ramps. The birth of the ramp was Evel Knievel.
Before we get back to racing, I'd like to introduce to you a most unusual young man. This is Evel Knievel, and his specialty in sports is to take a motorcycle up over a ramp and leap through the air some 90 feet. That's what
Every kid liked Evel Knievel in the 70s, and he launched off of things over things. And so kids went out and got a brick and laid a piece of wood up it and went off it. That's the birth of the ramp.
Yes.
Then they stuck it up against a wall, and then they stuck another board, and it started making tranny. Tink, 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 tink. Then they put another piece of wood over it, and it made it smoother. Yeah. Kids made things to skate on to find vertical. That's what ramps are.
And the first time I went over to his house to like hang out or whatever and then get a ride down to the skate park, and I remember looking down at the ramp going, it was thrash. And then Skate City closed down. That was when he kind of started to fix his ramp up, and then we like kind of all shifted over there out of necessity. Like, it was just like, oh, well, we're not gonna quit.
It wasn't do-it-yourself because the stuff that exists isn't what you're into. It was do-it-yourself because nothing else existed. There was a scene, there was money, there was skate parks. It collapsed. The backyard scene was a conscious decision to try to create a pro scene. So we built ramps or had ramps or found a ramp, went there with all 12 pros in the world, made an article pretending it's something to get other people to do it. I mean, that's the whole point of doing these articles or doing these contests, is to get other kids to do it.
Oh, this is probably the best ramp I've ever seen. And I'm sure with exposure that a lot of kids will get in their backyards and create even better ramps. Here comes Neil again.
They had to build their own industry. So they promoted it and did these things to like get other people to do these things.
Hey, what do you say we all go skate around? All right, let's go.
Once you saw this, and you're fucking
Swing set.
Really? Oh my god. That was locked in. After that, it was like, it was like snake charming, like.
Neil Blender called me up one day. Said he'd get a camera. You're working for Transworld. I was like, what's Transworld? He goes, it's a new magazine. You're gonna do an article. You get to lay it out yourself. That's how Ramp Look came out. It was just like, oh, let's just go around and shoot photos of kids that have their ramps. And that was our best excuse of like trying to make an article saying, hey, just make it yourself, so it wouldn't die. People started building ramps in their backyards, and pros started building them in their yards, and the contests and events started being in the backyard because it had to be.
Cab built his 12-foot wide vert ramp in his backyard out of necessity. Lopes built his ramp. He probably had the premier ramp up in the Bay Area for that period of time. So they held Joe's Ramp Jam. You had all the Texas boys building, you know, P ramp, blue ramp, clown ramp. I don't even know like what comes first.
My brother would take like all the instructions from Thrasher, and so we'd sneak across the canyon and into the construction sites and steal as much wood as we could, you know. We'd drag this plywood and 2x4s into the canyon. And sometimes, you know, we just wouldn't make it all the way home. We'd just get the wood to a certain spot in the canyon, and that's where the ramp would end up. Like, here it is, I can't drag this shit anymore. Like, let's put it here. Just being in someone's backyard and not at a skate park and not like being supervised, you know, and not having random people watch you. You know, you're not putting on a show for anyone. It's just backyard ramp style.
It was a really, really magical, small moment in time for skateboarding, and we used to laugh about it, make fun of it, and it's discounted nowadays that this even fucking happened. But it was a magical, neat moment where it was a bunch of kids making shit happen for themselves. Period.
The heyday of backyard hotness is late 83 till they went into the arena around 86.
I don't know who's gonna win, but I know I'm gonna have so much fun here. I love it.
Tony! Gator!
And then it turned into, oh, this is what skateboarding is. Let's build these and put them in arenas and skate the same thing and do the same thing until street skaters make it interesting for someone else because what we're doing is terrible. That's what happened, I think.
Pretty much. So that's it, West Coast Ramps. Tune in next time. And we're headed east, unleashed in the east. Because I want to show you photos of Blaze.
Yeah.
Cedar Crest Red. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.